Okay, I'm here today to make pizza dough. Making it for my twisted pizza. And first things first, we are going to need yeast, flour, sugar, salt, warm water, and oil. And first thing we're going to do is open our yeasts, because it takes a little while. This is not a 5-minute ordeal. The dough itself takes approximately an hour. Every time you use yeast, you need to feed it. Yeast is a living organism. It needs to eat. And you need a tablespoon of sugar, because that's their favorite food. As you can tell, it's one of mine too. Now I need a half a cup of warm water, not hot. Hot will kill your yeast. Not cold, because cold won't activate the yeast. It's got to be warm. We're back. Here's a half a cup of warm water for that one. A half a cup of warm water for that one. And then you just take a fork and you stir it together and you let it set aside in a warm place for 10 minutes until the yeast foams up. Now we're back. It's been 10 minutes and see how frothy it is? That means the yeast is alive. 1 teaspoon of salt added to our yeast. And then we add 2 tablespoons of oil. I use vegetable oil. I always have. I probably will try olive oil sometime. More Italian. And now I need 3/4 of a cup of water. I'm going to mix that up a little bit. Okay, we got to have 2½ cups of flour. There's 1, 2, and a half. Now you just mix this together and then you begin to knead. Okay. Now is when you need to take it and turn it out on some flour on the table and begin to knead. There is the dough from the bowl. And to knead, you just take the dough, push, flip over, push, flip over, push. After I get done doing this, I'm going to do it again in 30 minutes. Then I'm going to let it stand for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to do my twisted pizza. Okay, the second rising is done. And now I'm going to knead it out and get it rolled out so I can start making the twisted pizza. While you were gone and I was letting this rise, I buttered my pan with unsalted butter and I melted 2 tablespoons of it to get ready for the topping. Now I'm going to spread sauce on half of my dough. Okay, next we put a layer of pepperoni. Now, like I told everyone since I've started here, my recipes are not made in iron, in stone. You can change it up any way you want. Okay, now you put on your mozzarella. Now you can have whole mozzarella that you cut up, or you can have the shredded mozzarella. I get the shredded mozzarella because I think it's just easier to spread around and it melts faster. Okay, now you're going to use this like a calzone. A calzone is like a pizza folded in half. And I'm going to take a little bit of butter and I'm going to go down here on the edge of my pizza dough just so that the other side sticks to it to make it easier. And here I go, folding it in half. I'm just crimping the edges just so all the ingredients don't fall out. Now I'm going to take my pizza cutter and I'm going to cut these for my twisted pizza. And here comes the first cut. Now, I'm doing about a 1/2 inch wide cuts. Okay, I'm going to stop right here for a second so I can show you how I twist them. And I'm going to take this middle one so it's nice and gooey. And I'm going to twist. I'm just going to take both ends and I'm going to just twist them. That's all I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put it on my buttered cookie sheet. And then I'm going to take my pastry brush in the butter. And I'm going to go on top and butter it with unsalted butter. I have found out, do not use regular margarine because it will not, you won't like the results. It's too salty. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of Italian seasoning in my hand. I'm going to pinch it because it releases all the flavors. And I'm going to put a little bit of that on top. And then I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to shake a little bit on. Now normally I would have done them all up first and then did this all in one step. But I wanted to show you how it was done. Okay, the twisted pizza is all done. It took 30 minutes on a 375-degree oven. They look pretty yummy. I hope everyone enjoys. Have a great Super Bowl.